there's a film that's about to come out called Joker, saying they should ban Joker from going into cinemas, encouraging more terrorist attacks, violence, and what the world is like with terrorists. Todd Phillips wants to create a story, a vision. He wants to have purpose. He wants to have a key message. He wants to show what the world is like. At 50, you can. This film represents the world, modern society, and the fact that this director has free will has been taken away is quite upsetting, you know. So these film critics can just leave it alone, alright? Hey, it's Archie again. This is my review of Joker. I've done cinema reviews, I've done Doctor Who Series 11, Child's Play. Well, that was my thoughts on how they did a remake, Child's Play, technically speaking. And I tried to do my thoughts on Avengers Endgame, but I just couldn't do it. But I am planning it though. Anyway, if I haven't said it already, here's my thoughts on Joker. This is part 2. Dun-dun-dun. The film is directed by Todd Phillips, who directed the Hanover trilogy. And before we actually get into the actual review, I want to point out some references of the Hanover that I found in Joker. When Arthur passes by a pharmacy on his way home, I think, there's a pharmacy called Heem's Pharmacy. This is a reference to Ed Heem's character, Stuart Price in the Hanover trilogy. He is a dentist. It is a nice trick for people like me to notice. The other one, well, it's throughout the film when they say hey. Let me explain why. When Gary can't reach the door after Arthur kills Raddle because he's a wolf, he says, "Hey Arthur." This is a reference to Hey Phil. What was that? Hey Phil, Hey Stu, Hey Alan, Hey Doug in the Hanover trilogy. Now let's get into this review. The plot has the same key message as Halloween 2007, the Rob Zombie remake, how they make it like realistic and like show the origins of a psychopath with bad mental health, abused, and no one helping him. This is a key message to the audience because this is a modern problem in society. If you continue doing this, there'll be more people like Joker. It's an example because sometimes people you may know have really bad mental health, but if you bring it up to a new level of mental health, it can make psychopaths, alright? I know this video is getting dark because of all that, but don't worry, I won't go that far in. The story makes you sorry for the main character after flick, with the realism of the film and the violence very realistic, and could be replicated in real life. Okay, we're going into spoilers. Now I can understand why people wanted to ban this film going into cinemas. Throughout, near the end of the film, before the dramatic climax, there's a train full of clowns with the Joker inside doing loads of crimes and like beating people up. Now that could easily happen in real life, like there'd be like people dressed in masks. In real life, like there's like gangs and stuff. There'd be like people like in modern, like big gangs of people and clowns beating up people in like dark alley alleyways. And then at the end of the film, which is amazing, everything is amazing in it, which I'll get to later. The music is so amazing when he does this. Let's put a smile on that face. Now that's Heath Ledger. Yeah. Like, there's people and clowns representing the Joker. They were all in clown masks, causing hazard to Gotham City, shooting everyone, killing loads of people, blowing up the place. This could be easily replicated in real life. Now I see the problem. The trailers didn't do it justice, and I didn't know enough about it. This film, people say, like YouTubers say, anyone can become the Joker. If you push them too far, anyone can become like him, which is scary. You see it from Arthur's perspective, which makes you sad, and this is just showing how bad society, mental illness and child abuse is. Comparing him to the other Jokers, Caesar Rumor, or whatever it was from the 1960s camp TV show. Yes, I know I'm talking about it, but I did watch it. He's just, it was cartoonish, comical, and he was laughing all the time. It was like what the world was like back then. It's probably what the Joker was like. Skip to 1989 with Jack Nicholson. He was amazing. He was an amazing Joker. His performance. He was a Joker. He was a classic Joker. He was, my God, he was amazing. He wasn't like dark or depressed. He was just showing what happens when people turn against him, and he becomes the classic Joker, which I always like. Like the movie in general, it's got a simple plot, good for comic fans. It's not overall like The Dark Knight, in which everything's gritty. It's like the perfect Batman film to watch for me. It's like a simple plot, which is like the comics and all the other media you see in Batman. It's good casting, you never get bored, you always want to watch it. And it's classic, and I always love watching it. And the music and the performances, just because the Dark Knight trilogy can get dark at times. And the Arkham Asylum games, like, I haven't played them, but I've got Return to Asylum on PS4, so I may play it. But he's voiced by Mark Hamill, apparently, the guy who plays Luke Skywalker, and he's got a very good voice. You can just tell he's a Joker, and like the visual effects of Joker is amazing. Now, to Heath Ledger, this shows the dark side of like how you make a psychopath, but it's not like that. It's not like this. It's different stories he tells to people about how he became the Joker. He didn't fall from acid. It was apparently his dad and something about his wife, about knives or something, which makes it all dark and realistic for the Dark Knight trilogy. Looking back, I was thinking when I was watching Joker, why didn't they make the Dark Knight trilogy 15? Because that would be way more better. I'm not saying the Dark Knight trilogy is good. It's very good. But if Deadpool came along earlier, but this film took ages to make. That film, 2016 one, took ages to make, so it wouldn't be possible. But thanks to it being around now, we get our 15 rated Joker film, which is amazing, because if this was told at 12, it'd just be bland. My bad. It's just we need this kind of supervillain film. And he likes killing people, obviously. Something I forgot to mention in the video is that in Heath Ledger's, like when he was filming The Dark Knight, his mental health went really bad. He became like the Joker, and like people said on set, his mental health went really bad. And like, he did all he can to become the Joker. And he ended his life because of it. Well, when I was younger, I thought it was just drugs. But now it all makes sense. But I know drugs is a bad thing. It corrupts people. I hate drugs. I don't want to ever do them. It's horrible. But he did that. He sacrificed his life to give the performance of his life to the greatest DC film ever. And that's what I call sacrifice. Now, Jared Leto, he's in a band. Let me just think. The one in Suicide Squad, he's got Harley Quinn. He's got loads of henchmen. He's got loads of weapons. He's got loads of facilities. He tells people whatever to run because they're too scared. Because he works for a lot of people, and you just got to do whatever you want because Batman couldn't catch him. But people didn't like him. Well, he just didn't do the Joker justice. I mean, looking at it, that kind of Joker in the DC universe. Think of him in the tone of a Batman v Superman film, DC film. He doesn't work well in the DC universe. Only Suicide Squad, which kind of doesn't make sense because the Batman film supposed to come out with Ben Affleck, which should have been, well, it's supposed to be 12A. So that does not work out at all. Then Phoenix. He makes this the best DC film of the decade, the 2010s. He's got a chilling performance. He shows what makes someone turn into a psychopath. It's so interesting. It's so visually interesting. And I wouldn't think this be and I was shocked that Todd Phillips and Bradley Cooper could produce such a film, alright, yeah? I was shocked that Bradley Cooper and Todd Phillips could produce a film like this, alright? It just shows the modern world how bad it gets. And he's a mentally ill man. He's got loads of mental health problems. He's got not a good life. Life's not good to him. He tries to be a comedian, but he gets fired and all. It just shows the perfect way for a psychopath to be made realistic. His performance is superb, and that's what makes him amazing. And his smile, and he's like how he turned himself into Joker with that laugh, alright? And then like the costume design, I don't know why the costume wasn't purple. That's all I can complain about. He was funny, and with that mental illness, that makes him he can't stop laughing. It just makes him more insane, more Joker-like. And it makes his story and his life a lot more distressing and sad. But thinking about it, if you skip to modern day, he'd be like 70 or something. Because this is 1981. The casting is amazing. Spectacular. No, I cannot see any other actors that can play these characters. Or these versions of these characters. I swear. I can see no one else playing these versions of these characters. I swear to God, I cannot just think of anything like it. Especially Phoenix. I swear, no one can replace him. Phoenix's performance is very spooky and disturbing. It makes you respect mental health more, and like, all that stuff, and it makes you feel sorry for him. It sees the downsides of it, alright, mental health. How he was turned into this psychopath. It is delivered amazing and so realistic, alright. Todd Phillips is loose to making comedy films with and they're really funny, but and Bradley Cooper produced it. No one thought he'd be able to do it, but they just nailed it, alright. Tone is very chilling and disturbing tone which scares people. Of course it is, it's a psychopath movie. Super villain. Let's talk about the music. This is the only downside of the movie. They play Gary Glitter rock and roll in a, like, I mean it's alright, but it's not as good as like the Hanover soundtrack, but it's that kind of film, you can't really do that had those songs. They played Gary Glitter in a dramatic moment, but I think it may disturb people more. And when he goes down the stairs, that movie is amazing. But when Gary Glitter Rock and Roll Part 2, which I actually used my video once, if you actually noticed, in a video once, how Gary Glitter Rock and Roll Part 2 just fades out and all that dramatic music draws out, and it's amazing. And it just makes you feel like you're there. And it goes. It's just amazing. It just matches the theme perfectly. Some bits of the film, it feels like there's reference to the Dark Knight soundtrack in there. In Phoenix, I know I keep talking about Phoenix performing, but his performance makes you show the perspective for a psychopath. Know what he's feeling. It makes you feel sorry for him. And it just delivers what a psychopath is. A normal person turned against and not treated well by society and turned him into a psychopath, and you see what he is like as a psychopath, and it's amazing. And that chin end with this smile, and he's like so crazy, but it's a Joker. The light and the cinematography, camera angles, colour grading make you feel like you're there. Colour grading make you feel like you're there. The graphic design, like the opening titles and the closing credits, makes you even more disturbing, as it's set in old time, and then you match it over a dark, depressing scene. With Joker, because it's Joker, it works, doesn't it? And it shows the tone perfectly well. If I haven't mentioned already, Phoenix's performance is chilling. It just makes you go. It just shows what happens when psychopath, if you don't help mentally ill people, and he turns into a psychopath. Anyway, thanks for seeing you future, and goodbye. Also, something about Phoenix performances, it makes you think like a psychopath, it makes you feel like a psychopath. You see it with perspective of a psychopath. Can Todd Phillips just be a part of DCU EU now, please? Hey Todd, I'm going to do this video now, but I noticed something. I forgot to mention that I actually think that Joker's the best film of 2019 now. Avengers Endgame, it was very good at storytelling, visual effects, special effects, emotions and music to get you that experience. And with colour grading, but this film is perfect in every way, every aspect, most aspects, if you watch on. Or maybe if I mentioned already, the music. But it's not the kind of movie to have such a great soundtrack, if you actually think about it. Still got good songs, though, in it though. Shrek is love, Shrek is life.